Hi, I am Nevada attorney Anthony Wright. I focus primarily on family law in Nevada. I do some other areas of law as well. Today I would like to discuss adoptions, which is an area of family law that typically is a good experience for everyone involved. That is, if all of the parties are in agreement on the adoption. For instance, if the parents that are giving up the child to the adoptive parents are in agreement and will sign a voluntary relinquishment of parental rights, then it can be a much smoother, happier, cheaper process. In those cases, family lawyers should not charge a tremendous amount. It's like an uncontested divorce. This is an uncontested adoption. And if an attorney is quoting astronomical amounts for an uncontested adoption, you may want to shop around and talk to other attorneys. I love doing uncontested adoptions. I've done a few of them over the years. I'm working on one now, actually. If you are adopting a family member, say you're an uncle or an aunt and you're adopting your niece or nephew, then it's much smoother, very simple, very easy, straightforward. You can waive some of the requirements that would be required if you were doing an agency adoption, adopting a child through an adoption agency. Adoption agency is going to have to investigate you, make sure you are a decent person before they're going to relinquish the child to your care. But if it's a family member who is relinquishing the child to your care, you can get that waived. Another thing to consider is that in the United States, once a child reaches the age of 16, you can still adopt them, that child. But if you're doing it for any kind of immigration benefits for the child, it may be too late. Children have to be adopted before the age of 16 in order to get certain immigration benefits. Contested adoptions can be very difficult. We see this in a case where there's been an allegation of abuse or neglect against the parent of a child, and one of the child's family members steps in and fosters the child for a period, and then decides that they want to adopt the child. But the birth parent may not agree and may fight tooth and nail and say, I don't want to relinquish my parental rights, which would then force a trial where the judge has to determine what's in the best interest of the child. I've done a video on the best interest factors in the past. You can look that up to see what factors judges look at to determine custody, including custody in adoption and termination cases. I've done termination of parenthood before. I've been on both sides of it. It's very ugly. It's very difficult. And I've won terminations of parental rights in the past too. It's very difficult to do. But if a parent makes only token efforts to be in their child's life, token efforts means almost no effort at all for a considerable amount of time, and then all of a sudden wants to contest the adoption and step up and say, I want to be the parent, well, it's a little, too late. Too little, too late. They sat on their parental rights for all those years, did not exercise the responsibility of a parent, and doesn't want anybody else to be the parent. That's an unreasonable position, and it's not in the best interest of the child. So, just to recap, There's contested and uncontested adoptions. There's international adoptions, where you might want to consider the child's age and get working on getting your child adopted long before the child turns 16. Adoption proceedings can take a while. They can take a few months to a year, and you might miss the deadline. The child might turn 16 before the child's fully adopted. So that's something you want to seriously consider when you are taking on the responsibility of a relative from a foreign country. Hope that was informational, and I look forward to speaking with you. Anyone who's watched these videos that would like a consult, I charge $100 for 1-hour consultations. Thank you. I'm Nevada attorney Anthony Wright. Please subscribe below and leave comments, but remember, comments are not confidential in a public forum.